It's like 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday, and we are riding our bicycles in the rain.
It's really hard to ride a bicycle with an umbrella.
Yeah, it is. The wind blows you around a bit. Makes you a bit like a sailboat. And we're going to Tokyo, and we're actually going to like a far side of Tokyo from where we live, and we're going to go to the Tokyo Game Show and see a bunch of video game stuff. So that should be pretty exciting, and hopefully we will see something exciting enough to continue a video with. It's just shy of 10 a.m. and we're in the Chiba area where the game show is located. And we have stopped for breakfast-ish. Like we had cereal this morning, but we're really hungry and we don't want to walk around this convention like starving to death. So we stopped before we went in to get breakfast at Yoshinoya. And this is just like typical Japanese food that's like fast food. And it is like a couple hundred yen. I guess it's 380 yen for a bowl. And what it is it's really quite a simple dish. It's just steamed beef with onions and rice, and I've added all this speckled stuff is like a spicy thing called shichimi, and it's like 7 spices, so it's a little bit spicy. And I like to put soy sauce all over mine too to make it a little like, that sounds weird, a little soupy. And the whole thing is on a bed of rice. And I also have what's called an onsen tamago, which is a kind of like a half-boiled egg, I guess. And I will pour this into it. And then I will stir that whole thing up. Don't let it escape, oh no. I will stir the whole thing up, and it will make like, it'll make the rice kind of thicken. And it's pretty good. Honestly, I'm kind of tired of this dish, but it was convenient to get right now, and that's kind of what Yoshinoya is. It's like a cheap, convenient, quick place to eat. So yeah, we'll be headed into the convention soon. Oh, and look at this, maybe you can tell, this bag. This is like a bag somebody handed Katie that says Dodonpachi on it, which is, to me, a really awesome game. But yeah, they hand you all this, like, they're gonna give us all sorts of like things like that. So Katie grabbed that bag so she could put all of the flyers that we're gonna be given that we're eventually gonna throw away into the bag and carry them around. But yeah, there's a lot of people here that like were on the train. Like everybody had a PSP out, everybody had a DS out. So it's a big, it's a pretty big deal, I guess. I'm pretty excited.
Tokyo Game Show's taken a turn for the worse. We're now corralled into a little spot, and we will wait for someone to usher us into the ticket area. We have the tickets, but they want us to wait outside. I'm not a big fan of this.
At least it's not raining. Okay, so it's really disorganized here, like getting in. I mean, they have a lot of people they have to move, but there's really a lack of signage, and it's not just that there's a lack of English signage, there's a lack of signs, period. So it's been like a little bit like, kind of like, what is going on trying to get in? But we're inside now, and we're about to go through the gate. And yeah, it looks like it's done up pretty good just from this first sign we can see. And it's like, there's a metric shit ton of people here.
Where's Yoshi?
She's gonna be disappointed when she finds out Nintendo doesn't have a booth here.
I looked. Yeah. The Tokyo Game Show is very, very crowded. There are a lot of people here. I don't know why me and Eric thought there was going to be like 8 other people here, but there's like 800,000 other people here. Lots of people. Walking around is quite difficult, and I just push a lot of people. And we realized that any games that you play come with kind of a prize at the end, like whether or not you do good or bad or anything. You just came and you played, so they give you a present at the end. And we just played a game that's kind of like Doodle Jump, and it's on like a tablet type device. It's just an app for iPhones and stuff like that. And in the end, I got some rose lotion.
Alright, so Katie is playing this game where they put this big tomato on her head and she's got a microphone. You can see this microphone. And she has to choose specific types of crackers to load her ammunition for the game. And okay, so she's got 24 shots, 25. It's counting each like time she hears her chew through the microphone, I guess. All right, and now she's got this gun. And the gun has a camera on it that can see Katie's face. You can see on the screen Katie's face. Okay. And now she's shooting vegetables. Let's zoom back in there. She's shooting vegetables with the ammunition she got from chewing. Okay. This is Japan at its finest. So she's saying shoot the head. Oh, she cleared the game. So this giant gun thing has just got a Wiimote in it actually, and then it's like Bluetooth hooked up to a PC. I think it's just a proof of concept thing more than it is a real game. Hey, she got second place.
The green pepper was the best, and I got second place for the day. I'm a badass.
Alright, so we were getting lunch here at the convention, and I got some beef curry because it was, I don't know, I had rice, I don't know, I just got it. And it is huge, like the dish. So this is a 20-ounce bottle of Coke, and I'll hold it level down with the beef curry. And you can see that bowl of beef curry would easily contain this 20-ounce bottle of Coke. And
I'm not very fond of lettuce on my hot dog. What's going on here? I'm gonna eat it.
let me see, how big is this hot dog compared to the 20-ounce Coke? This looks like your standard hot dog.
Now?
Now let's compare it to the dish here. Yeah, this is a big dish. It's like a swimming pool. Okay, so this dude, if you look on his head, he's got kitty ears on. And the kitty ears are hooked up to this thing that's like hooked up to his head. And it can tell, apparently his mood, and then it adjusts the ears. Like if you're inquisitive, the ears go up, but if you're bored, the ears go down. And he also is wearing a tail, and it waggles when you're excited. Apparently it's hooked up to the whole mechanism as well. And this is something Konami has put together. And you can see there's all these people over here as well with kitty ears on. And we're not really sold on this if it's actually working for anything.
I'm pretty sure that it's just doing stuff. And that's it. It's not doing stuff based on other stuff, it's just doing stuff.
But it's one of the weirder things I've ever seen. This is really one of usually people are like, oh, Japan is so strange, oh, it's so wacky, and usually it's just like, no, it's really not. And then you see this and you're like, it's a little weird. There's quite a few people cosplaying here, like dressed up, and you know, I know they're having fun, but I just don't understand. Do you understand?
No, but I'm okay with watching.
That's a fair assessment. So this chicken came in, and then it just sat down, and now it's acting like, I'm not sure what it's acting like. I think it's possible the person inside might be dying. Oh, yeah, we're up. Man, that's creepy.
I think it's a real chicken.
What?
I said maybe it's a real chicken. That's why it's acting so bizarre.
We just played the Wii U edition of a Tekken game that's coming out. I've never really ever played Tekken very much, so I don't know how to play it.
I'm the best at it.
Katie won. She chose some giant bear and just stomped me. I was some muscular looking girl in a Zelda costume, it was kind of creepy. It killed all my fantasies for Zelda.
Eric picked Nina. He picked Nina. Kuma for life.
She had these big, horrible, like, arm muscles and whatever. It was just disgusting. Yeah, not like that. Exactly the opposite of what Katie has just demonstrated. Anyway, so the reason that I wanted to play it is because I wanted to play with the Wii controller, and I got to play with the Wii controller very briefly, only one round. They were like moving people through really quick, and it's super light. It weighs like nothing, but it's a little on the plasticky side. Like it feels a little plasticky, and I thought that like just glancing at it briefly, I thought the contrast on the screen was really like kind of dark. Actually, it wasn't like vibrant looking. I mean, it looked good, but it didn't look as good as the TV that was right in front of me, which is kind of a bummer. But I mean, that's typical Nintendo, cheap stuff. The button layout felt perfect, except for like, I'm like 2 meters or 6'7" tall, so I have huge hands, and like, it felt kind of big in my hands. So I'm not sure, like, maybe they're just trying to abandon children altogether. But, I mean, whatever. It wasn't a horrible mess or anything, it was comfortable, but it was I know it's got a big screen in it, but it was still surprisingly large feeling. Like the trigger buttons on the tops, there's like I don't know what they were labeled, but there's like an L1 and L2 like on a PlayStation controller. It really felt like they were quite a ways apart, so it felt strange to hold it. But I mean, I played it for like a minute or two, so I mean that's my review of the Wii controller the Wii U controller based on my limited experience.
I didn't even get to touch it.
Yeah, she played on some like the Wii U Pro controller or whatever. How was the controller? Did you?
It was good enough to beat your ass.
Okay, so it's now just like right before 5 o'clock, and we are back on the train platform, waiting to leave the outskirts of Chiba or wherever we are. We're at this game show, and it's like it's kind of cool, like the game show thing, but it's just so many people that. Like, if you want to do something, you have to stand in a line for 45 minutes, at a minimum, basically, just to play a game for like 30 seconds or a couple minutes or whatever, and then it's like, then you can move on again. So it's kind of like Disneyland in a way. It feels a lot like being at a theme park, and if you wanted to like play everything, if you were really into like all those games, you'd be screwed. Like even if you went both days, you'd never have enough time. So you have to be selective about what you want to do. The lucky part about it is that even though I really like video games, I don't really like Japanese video games very much, and that's what a majority of the stuff here was. I mean, we're in Japan. So, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot that I actually wanted to play. There was only a couple things that I was briefly interested in that I just ended up skipping or whatever. That was, I mean, I don't really care. But I was happy we got to play with the Wii controller. And honestly, the coolest area was they had this area where it's like the Tokyo area technical universities set up booths of games that they've made and stuff, and they're really kind of crummy, to be honest with you. But like there's no lines, and you can just walk up and play them, and they kind of executed poorly, but some of them are kind of interesting ideas, like the game with Katie eating the food and then shooting the potatoes or the tomatoes and everything. And I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd really be really excited to go back. I'm not sure if this is how these things always are. Maybe in the States there's not quite as many people, but I don't know. It probably is. But the number of people just makes it difficult to like fully enjoy. But it was definitely worth coming at least once. Do you have any insight?
My hot dog was cold. How many people are going to come in here and be like, oh, I didn't know you were recording that.